What time is it? You know, it's time to grow. Now, how much of your salary should you save every month? Right, now, if you've seen this subject being discussed before, you probably saw all different kind of answers, 5%, 10%, 20%, up to 70%. Right, now I'm going to give you two answers. Two. 50% and 25%. Now, why have I given you two answers? So, I recommend that you save 50% of your salary if you have little to no responsibilities. For example, say you're 19 years old, working full-time, you haven't got kids, you live with your parents, you know, so you ain't got hardly any responsibilities, yeah? So you might pay your parents a little bit towards the rent or whatever, but you ain't got much responsibility. And I'd say save 25% if you might be, so for an example, you might be a 35-year-old man, you've got 5 kids, your wife or girlfriend is doesn't work, stays at home and look after the kids, you know, you've got a mortgage to pay, you've got a car that you've got on finance or whatever, so you've got a lot of pay and you've got a lot of responsibility. So most of the time in those circumstances, most of the time, yeah, with the average working class person, you're probably not going to be able to stretch your money to save 50%. Especially if you're already not saving, your money's probably being taken up by however your lifestyle is set up at the moment, right? So 50% or 25%. Now, with that, so some people, if you're not a saver, if you're not used to saving, yeah, you might have like an instant gratification mindset or whatever. You live, as they say, paycheck to paycheck, right? Then it's probably going to be difficult for you to save if you've either never saved before or you find it very difficult to save. So it's going to be hard. So, but when you think about it, yeah, so I'm not sure where around the world you're watching this video from, but let's just use London as an example, because I'm here in London right now, right? So think about it. Think about, and then I'm gonna go to an extreme just to make a point, yeah? So imagine a homeless person, yeah, or maybe not even a homeless person, just say an unemployed person, but I'll use a homeless person to go to one extreme, just to prove a point. A homeless person in London ain't gonna die. A homeless person in London is probably not going to die of starvation. Yeah. Like you can get help, and you know, you could go on the street, you know, people beg. So I'm using an extreme example, yeah, but what I'm saying is you could be a homeless person, or maybe say someone that's not homeless, but a low income person, and you can still survive, yeah? Whether you're getting help from someone else or you're getting government handouts or whatever, yeah? So what I'm saying is that the point I'm trying to make is whatever salary you're on, you obviously get used to that salary and your lifestyle adjusts to that salary. So, right, someone that's earning, say, £25,000 a year, right? And they've been earning that for a couple of years or whatever. They're used to that salary, and they think that I can never live on lower than £25,000. Never. I won't be able to survive. There might be someone else around that earns £125,000, and they might have the same attitude. And the point I'm trying to make here is that people adjust their lifestyle to their salary. So if that person, whether they're on £20,000 a year or £220,000 a year, if a person has got the paycheck to paycheck mindset and adjusts fully to their salary, they're going to have that mindset where I cannot earn less than this. So it's not about the amount you earn. So let's get that out of the way now. It's not about the amount you earn, okay? So you earn the amount you earn. Let's go to the example of, say, a 19-year-old that lives with their parents that hasn't got kids, right? Let's say that 19-year-old earns, let's take tax out of the equation. So say after tax, that individual earns £2,000 a month. So that person saves £1,000 a month. Now, obviously, everyone works to get money. You get money to live, you know, to be free, to be happy, okay? Once you're working for an organization, the risk is high and low depending on various things, but there's always a risk that you could lose your job. Whether you're not performing well at your job and they performance manage you out, whether you do something wrong that is classed as gross misconduct at work, whether it was intentional or not, you can get dismissed. You could get made redundant. You could have an injury where you can't do your job anymore, and maybe you work for a company that doesn't have any sort of sick benefits or any considerations like that. So once you work for someone, you're always at risk of losing your job. The risk might be a small risk. The risk might be a high risk, depending on many, many, many things, which I'm not going to go into, yeah? So having savings gives you that buffer. Now, I'm going to show my age here, and I'm going to speak about, do you remember, if you're well, I mean, you might be younger and still might have seen the film, but Lethal Weapon, the original Lethal Weapon, the first film, and I'm talking about one of the early scenes. Do you remember the scene where there's the man threatening to commit suicide and he's standing at the top of the building? Yeah. I think he was kind of just, you know, trying to grab attention. I'm not sure if he really was going to do it. But if you remember that scene, Mel Gibson, police officer, went up to, what was his name? Riggs. Officer Riggs. Yeah, so he went up to the top of the building, yeah, and handcuffed the man while they're both standing at the edge of the building, yeah? And then he jumps. They jump off the building. And there's that big blow-up thing that they've got right at the bottom of the building, and they land on it, and that softens the blow, which prevents their death, yeah? So that's an extreme example, but your savings is that buffer. Your savings is what Officer Riggs and the guy that was threatening to commit suicide, that's what they landed on. That's what savings is. It's a cushion, it's a buffer. So when shit hits the fan, you've got something in the way so that shit don't hit you. Metaphorically speaking. I'm jumbling up my words. So anyway, let's get back to the point. So 50% of your salary in that situation, if you haven't got much responsibilities, right? So some people recommend you always have 6 months worth of savings as a buffer. Before you do anything else with your money, have 6 months worth of savings. Then you can do whatever else you want with your money. Some people say 12 months. Let's go with 12 months. Let's go with the 12 months. So let's say you're saving 50% of your salary. It's going to take you 24 months to have 12 months of your salary saved. Now, if you go with the other option and you feel you've got lots of responsibility and you have to save 25% of your salary each month, it's going to take you 4 years to have 12 months of your salary saved. Right? So a lot of people say 6 months is a nice buffer. I will say go with 12 months. Have 12 months of your salary saved after tax, and that's your cushion. You have that saved. Right. Now you could use your savings towards other things. Yeah. There's other ways you can set this up. So in terms of, you know, having security and maybe, you know, thinking about expanding your wealth in the future, there's putting money into the stock, investing into the stock market, long term, so that you're building your wealth, you're building the money you have. There's starting a business. There's various things you could do with your money for your money to grow. And there's also things that you might want to do with your money family-wise. So saving for a deposit for a mortgage and stuff like that. So it's up to you how you tweak your money, right? So 50% of your salary saved. You want to save money for a house. At 19 years old, I would say have that 50% just saved as money that you're not even going to touch. And out of the 50% that you're using, maybe, you know, save your mortgage savings out of that. You can split up your 50% of your savings and say, look, this is going to be my long-term savings. This is going to be my mortgage savings. This is going to be savings for blah, 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 blah. But I would just say, until you got your 12-month salary saved, 50% of your money, save that. That's your cushion. Yeah, you can put money into the stock market and make your money multiply and grow. You could put money into starting a new business. Definitely, I recommend that. Definitely do your research first. That's going to be videos that's coming out later. But you still have to have your buffer. You're still going to have liquid cash. You still need to have liquid cash. You can't put all your eggs into one basket. I'm saving all this money to start a business. Oh, now I've got 10 grand saved. I'm going to put all this 10 grand into starting a business. And then the business flops. Or you know, you save all that money and you leave your job and whatever. But I'm going into the territory of videos that are coming out in the future. So I'm just saying, save 50% of your salary if you can. If you think you've got too much responsibility, save 25% of your salary. That money is not being saved for no car or no holiday. It's your cushion. It's your cushion, okay? So that's what I recommend. Comment below. Let me know if 50% is too much. Let me know if you save now and you're able to save higher. But that is definitely what you should do. Remember, if you're working for a company, it could be a sales company where the turnover of staff is very high, or it could be something as secure as a job with the local council or the civil service. It doesn't matter. Your job is never 100% safe unless, you know, you're a billionaire with multiple streams of income. Yeah, you're nice. If you work for an organization, your job is always at risk, and you need to save now. Get out of that instant gratification mindset. I know you're gonna be, you know, depending on who you are, you might be around lots of things which might tempt you. I need that new Louis Vuitton handbag. I need that new Gucci belt. I need to go on that holiday that all my friends are going to. Like, I need to buy that latest iPhone. I need this, I need that. And, you know, if you haven't got discipline and you think, yeah, I'm going to save, and then, no, I need to buy this. You need to know how to discipline yourself. Save your money and holler at your boy. Drop a comment below. Any videos you want me to see, any videos you want to see me do on any other subject, or if you want me to go deeper on the whole money thing, then we'll do that. Until next time, enjoy your day.